All right, so moving along later in the day, we have the Rose Bowl, the granddaddy of them all, Alabama versus Indiana. We've got a bona fide blue blood versus some blood that's so new, like they're kind of one of the worst teams in like college football history. But here they are, number one seed in the CFP, number one, Indiana, 13-0 regular season, Big Ten title. They've got all the accolades. They got a Heisman winner against Alabama, right? So SEC runner-up had to fight through a 17-0 deficit against Oklahoma to get here on the road in a playoff game. Between these two teams, I will say they have some of the most impressive wins that we've seen throughout the whole season. I thought that Indiana's win at Oregon was awesome and it really put them into the national stage. Alabama's win at UGA, I thought was really good. Those were, for both of them, very tough games. Not to mention, both of these teams have now played 10 conference games up to this point. So beat up, battle tested, whatever you want to say, these teams have earned their way to be here, and very excited to watch this game as well. Two keys to the game that I will be watching for here, Alabama's injury list. Hopefully, they've been getting healthier. They've had a little bit of time between the first round and now. When I picked them to lose that first game against Oklahoma, there were some key players I assumed that weren't going to get back, and not only did a few of those guys make it back, but they're actually supposed to be getting LT Overton back as well for this one. So ultimately, though, injuries, people coming back, all that stuff, how does this help Alabama's running ability improve with everyone coming back? Jam Miller, he was back for the last game, but he was very pedestrian during that game in Norman. That will absolutely catch up to them in this game if Ty Simpson is forced to throw the ball to keep their drives alive. Indiana is plus 17 in the turnover margin. They're number one in the nation. They are hunting for interceptions, right? Another key stat that I'm looking for is third down conversions. I mentioned it earlier. They're number one in that statistic. Almost 56% of their drives or of their third downs get converted into a new drive. So I will say, like against Oregon, that was only 5 for 14, so less than that, and then 6 for 13 against Ohio State, which was like somewhere in the 40%. So when they're playing the best of the best, yes, it's not at that 56%, clip, but I don't think we'll see that I don't think we'll get to that 56% against this game against Alabama as well. Both of those games that I mentioned, Oregon and Ohio State, those were winnable games for the opponents, right? So I need to see Alabama close to that percentage as well. And those percentages set by Oregon and Ohio State, and definitely not over the 50%, which is where Indiana is more comfortable. So that'll be just a stat to watch how Indiana's doing on third downs. And now that I think about it, actually, there's a third thing I want to watch out for. Indiana's injury list, right? Most notable, that defensive end that they lost, Stephen Daly. Him being out, how does that affect Indiana? He was the number one tackles for loss stat getter in the Big Ten, right? So excellent defensive end. He hurt himself while celebrating after that Big Ten championship. How will Alabama attack this huge gap that's been left after that? Indiana is losing 19 tackles for loss worth of production here. So that's nearly 20% of the team's total, in that statistic. If Alabama's running backs start getting to the second level, you can almost certainly point it to the absence of number 8 there. How will this affect, Ty Simpson? What will he do with the extra time now that Daly isn't, when he's rushing off the edge? How is he going to perform without him, being in his face every drive or so? So those are some of the things to watch for this game. Indiana has been, proving doubters wrong all season, including you and me. Do you think that they finally trip up against an SEC, blue blood, like we mentioned, or have they caught lightning in a bottle this season and this is just their first step towards a national title?
Yeah. So, Alabama's defense, it's the best in the country at one specific game-changer metric. They allow the lowest percentage of big play completions in college football. Completions of 20-plus yards allowed, they keep everything in front of them. So they're really good at containing that, right? Indiana's offense, on the other hand, they thrive off of rhythm and chunk plays, right? To Omar Cooper. Um, Alabama's secondary with Bray Hubbard and Xavier Brown forces teams to dink and dunk their way down the field. If Indiana has to go 12 plays for every score instead of four, the margin of error increases significantly. I'd also like to point out, while Indiana is number one on third down, Alabama is number 18 in red zone defense. And it's because, they don't give up cheap scores over the top. They force you into a phone booth battle inside the 20. And, that's where their superior size in the trenches usually wins out. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
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 To me, I mean, that those are good points. Don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
Indiana is just too good in too many categories.
Yeah.
Turnovers are obviously hard to predict in a game, but when their margin is that high, plus 17, it becomes more than just luck and bounce of the ball. To me, they've got some methodology. Going on defense. So they're number one in keeping drives alive. They've got a Heisman winner that has thrown the most touchdowns this season. Too many signs to me point that the Hoosiers will be getting to 14-0 and continuing their dominant run. So my pick will be Indiana for this one. What do you think?
Okay. I'm gonna have to disagree with you here. I feel like something woke up that Alabama team in the second half of their last game, and I think they'll find a way to shock the world.